What's good? What's good, man? You know what the fuck going on, man. Made a lot of money, fucked around and became a legend. You feel me? It's lit. Made a lot of money, man. I'll show y'all something. I'll show y'all this account real quick. My goddamn camera. I'm waiting on this shit to come in. I'm gonna go on YouTube Live tonight. I'm gonna go on YouTube Live. So I'm waiting on this shit. I forgot to charge it. My stupid ass. Just being lazy. That's on me. I dragged my feet today, but it's cool. Should be up a lot more money. But once that shit charges, I'm going to give it an hour. And I'm going to go live on YouTube at around 11 o'clock. So we're going to have a late night special. All right? We're going to have a late night special. We're going to be on YouTube Live tonight once that fucking camera gets at least an hour of charge. And then we lit up. But let me show y'all something. Oh, shit. This phone done died. I need to stop being lazy. I keep forgetting to charge all my motherfucking devices. And I'm feeling real good, you feel me? I'm feeling real good. 19 keys. Oh, my boy in here? Yeah, oh yeah. My boy Wallstreet in here. I can get him on here, you know what I'm saying? We can add some traction to this shit. And my boy 19 in this motherfucker. Getting money, you feel me? I'm gonna show y'all my account stuff right now.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. It's just been a good ass year of training her, man.
Hell yeah, bro. I think this just right now I'm up like 175. You killed it with the 300, you hear me? So I'm up like 175. That's realized, but I'm still got some plays going, man. So just salute, man. I see you killing it, man. Like it's love, bro. I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? It just need to. I just wish more our people just get on it and just to get past their fear. You know what I'm saying? And really get in and see that this machine is gonna print money, bro. And I always salute you, bro. I always tell everybody, like, bro, dude, one of a kind, bro. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no hate, is love, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and I always tell you, I just DM'd you. I was like, bro, keep going, keep teaching people. Don't trip.
Yeah, he
You
did.
know what I'm saying? My brother, what's
Man,
up, man?
What's up, man?
it's a
What's
fucking
up?
You
king
got the
meeting,
Nelly?
man. It's a king
What you got,
meeting.
the Nelly thing? Son?
Just for breathing.
I know I'm messing with you.
I'm about to say, who the beat your ass, man? We got
Ain't nobody
Yeah,
done did none of that, man. It opened up your nostrils.
yeah, man.
Get that oxygen to my brain.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
man. I
I'm
went
about
took
to
an
say,
IV yesterday, man, just to
Yeah.
give me some more energy and stuff, man. I
Yeah,
got
I'm out
an
here
IV.
in Detroit. I'm trying to get somebody to pull up, do an IV drip for me.
I got one yesterday, and I went and did that cryotherapy, man. So
Yeah,
we got to take care of ourselves too,
time
man. You know what I'm saying?
out. So when I turn about like 30 something, I'm gonna have to go get IVs and shit.
Say, bro, go ahead with that shit, bro.
he trying to play with us, man.
I'm gonna holler at you. I'm about to get off your live with that kind of talk, bro.
God damn,
I'm about to get
boy.
off your live right now, dog.
Oh, why you
Here to
trying
be
to play us
disrespected.
like that?
I ain't come here to be disrespected. I ain't
Right.
come here to be disrespected.
Hey man, hey, that Trapping Tuesday is going crazy, man. Y'all check my boy out. High level
Yeah.
conversation.
Oh man, thank you, man.
All that.
For sure, man. I think this what for me. This this what our era needs. They need the young version. You know what I'm saying? You coming up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can't hate what you doing because you speaking to that crowd. You speaking to that audience. You speaking that language. You giving it to them how they need it. 19 keys. He giving us high level thinking, making us tap deep into our mind, making us understand, yo, you got to get past that. Me, talking about financial trauma, breaking the whole market and the whole financial economy down the way it need to be in every which way, every which parts of those games help people unleash something and help them make money.
I told you,
like we need that.
I want to come on Trapping Tuesdays and just do some technicals one day.
Bro, you gotta open, bro.
Cause you never had a guest on that motherfucker.
You gotta
open the first one.
Bro, you gotta open invite, bro. Whenever you just say, "Chop, can I pull up tonight?" Man, we'll structure something.
I'll give you a whole on some Trapping Tuesday shit.
I'll give you the whole. Bro, I'll give you a whole segment, bro. It ain't much of a big deal, bro.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, that's what I love to see. No, because y'all speak the direct language of the streets. You know what I'm saying? And when we say the streets, we're really talking about a whole class of people that couldn't understand this language because a lot of times just are the vessels. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes God put the right information in the right vessel. You know what I mean? A lot of people got the right information,
Mm-hmm.
but they not the right vessel.
That's facts.
Right? And that's what makes y'all special is y'all the right vessel to reach people the right way. And y'all good at what y'all do.
Yeah.
And y'all both transparent at what y'all do. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? So it ain't no stopping it.
Hell yeah. I love that. Even, I said something before. I said that anybody can teach it because anybody can get the information.
Right.
Anybody can get the information and make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? And because our people don't know who to go to, what sounds good may be it. But so I said it, I know he do it. The reason why it's, I'm gonna show you I made 100K. I'm gonna show you I made 25. I'm gonna show you I made this, but I'm gonna also show you when I lose 4K. I'm also show you when I lose, so you don't think this shit's just sweet. So you don't think it's gonna come with it. So when I see him do it, I'll be like, yep, you gotta give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll come in the game thinking, oh, I'm gonna just make some money. Nah, we gonna make way more than we lose. But the goal is to show you that, you gotta be able to handle these 3K, 4K, 5K losses, cut your losses, move on to the next day like it didn't happen. And so when people see that consistently, then you can distinguish who I need to learn from. You feel what I'm saying? If I see somebody that's always winning, I'm gonna be like, nah, something ain't right with that. That ain't right. But if I see somebody I won and I lost, nah, that might be somebody I can go to. So always, bro, you youngin for doing that. And I don't mean no disrespect. I just call you Young King all the time.
Oh no, I'm definitely young. I hope to stay young. You know how like at first when I was 23, I used to be like, shit, man,
You
I'm
getting
a
up
young
there
nigga. I
though,
can't
bro.
wait to
You
get
getting
older.
up there though, man.
Well, what? I'm 27. That shit, I'm about to be 30.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm about to get up there, man. But nah, man, I appreciate both of y'all, man. Wallstreet, I've known since 2018, and I've been following 19 Keys around that time too.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep. So Wallstreet, I remember when he had 25,000 followers. I
Facts.
remember that shit. Yep. And then I was still in the army when I know Wallstreet, but man, I appreciate both of y'all show. I appreciate the way y'all break it down. But I can say good things about both of y'all. The one thing I can say about Wallstreet is that I appreciated was his growth. Like seeing him come from the streets, being patient, not only just patient, but like how he handles like adversity and shit like that, and trying to forgive the past and all that shit. That's something like me as a young black man who also went through traumatic experiences can appreciate. And I feel like a lot of us needed to see that.
Yeah.
Like how you was talking about how you forgave the person who tried to set you up, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was something the streets need to see. A lot of young black men need to see because we all suck. We as a black community suck at forgiveness. You feel me?
And just communication.
That's it.
So like I'm gonna let Key's gonna have definitely something to say about this, and I want his. For me, it was, bro, like I've always been open about who I was and where I came from. You know what I'm saying? I got set up when I was 16 by a female I was rocking with. Dude put a Mac 11 on my head. That's what made me wind up going to prison for shooting him 6 times. And for the longest, I'm a part of the culture, bro. Like I held that on my shoulder that I was willing to go shoot another black man. I held that like as pride, like, because if I did it once, I'll do it again. I know what it feels like. I know what it tastes like. And I wore it as a badge of honor. And my homies knew that was a badge of honor. And so everybody around me gave me a different level of respect because they know, oh, son, with that. But what happens is, bro, as we evolve, bro, and as you start to realize, damn, we all been victim to that programming. We all been victim to that poison. We all been, they made us not value our lives. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get here, you start to realize, like, wait a minute, bro. Like, man, we all got too much to lose, bro. Like, I suffered, he suffered. You know what I'm saying? But let me forgive and ask for forgiveness, not just for them, though, but for me. So I can let that go and I can move on. You know what I'm saying? And then, hopefully he saw, hopefully she saw. But then what happens is for me, as being somebody that people look up to, I'm glad somebody like you see it and you can be like, damn, I got something given I got to do too. Because you the next leader. You the next set of leaders that's coming behind me. So now that's a tool that you add to your leadership bag. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you get to that, and there's another the leaders coming behind you. So if we now start to set the leadership trend, now we can pivot a different way. And I'm gonna let Keys, I want you to tap in. So after like we had Farrakhan and we had Marcus Garvey, we had Malcolm X, we had Martin Luther King. But then after that, we went through a whole slump of no leaders. You know what I'm saying? We went to a whole slump of people trying to figure out how to lead and, you know, politicians, and it wasn't that. So if I feel like where we at right now, we are not only a representation in a way of of the past, but we in a new form. All our old leaders, bro, I love them. I got them tattooed on me, but they died broke. They left us broke. You know what I'm saying? So now we have come and we get these high level. I just was talking about Keys. I said, bro, Keys so fly, dog. And I don't mind saying, I say, bro, you know what made Keys so dope, bro? I say, so Keys has a whole community of conscious people who have been looking for a leader. Watch this, bro. Watch this. I said, he have a whole community of conscious people who have been looking for a leader. He's conscious. He's smart like them, but he give them fly. But then what that does is that make the street dude, that be like, hold up, this dude fly as shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, my dude got that. And then he's speaking to us at a high level. Then here you come. So now what happens is we have leadership, no matter if people like it or not, from so many different angles, you can't help to gravitate to one of us. And when you gravitate to one of us, that's actually a bridge to another one. Somebody who know Wallstreet Trap, I know 19 Keys, they'll know Aristotle. But we on this live talking and like, wait, I know, and vice versa. So if we all rock in the same way and commend one another, help one another, compliment one another, and we know the struggles of being lead. That's why I DM'd you like, nah, bro, keep going. Don't worry about it. What happened? That now shows the culture. Oh, this is what we need to be at. You feel me?
Man, you said a lot of real, and I appreciate a lot of that. Man, the word leader is such a big word, man, and it means so many different things to so many people, right? It's like on a hero's journey when a person wants you to be, you know, that destined person. You get to a point sometimes when you're really stepping in that position, you want to deny it because you're like, oh, this is too much, to be honest with you. It's like, y'all stop.
Yeah.
Like people be one of the things I hate being compared to is Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Like I'm it's tomorrow's May 19th, Malcolm X's birthday. I'm in Detroit, the Black Bottom, where the Nation of Islam was started. And it's funny, my last show was in Boston, you know, Minister Farrakhan's birthday. So it's like a synchronistic path that follows. But it's like that whole idea of stepping into shoes when I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, allow me to be 19 Keys.
Yeah.
Don't try to create a predestined path for me because I don't want to live or move similar to how they did. It's not that they weren't amazing and great, but they were amazing and great for who his identity was and the way that he looked at the world, and he absorbed the teachings and his transformation, and he moved in the steps accordingly in the best way that he knew possible, right? And all I want is that grace, you know what I'm saying, to learn and to grow and to develop, because my path may not look like what you wanted to. I might want to architect buildings. I may want to design products that help us. I may, you know, want to create media conglomerates. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like when people
My
throw you
path has
in
to
a
be
box,
determined by me, not by pressure.
you feel like when people throw you in a box in Wall Street too, that you feel like it could stunt people's growth by throwing people into a box. That's pretty much what you're saying?
Yeah, because you then force people to try to live to your expectations, right? And that may stress them out because they may not be the flow of their evolution, right? When you're talking about flow is not stress, right? Flow is the natural movement. It's the natural progression of who you are. Doing things that you're connected to on a passionate level that brings you joy because these are your strengths, right? And this is what brings you dopamine and serotonin and make you feel good chemically. Like it's biological for you to do this. Your body wants to do it. But when you're forced to be in positions, your body might be against it. Like it's like a person that goes to work, they don't want to be there, but they have to force themselves to be there every day for what? Survival, right? So now it's at this point, it's like if you let people down, right, then you know you feel like you lose or you're a failure. So you almost start living out of survival. You know what I'm saying? To try to live up to expectations. But when you're talking about actualization and thriving and living up to what's in your mind's imagination for yourself that God put on your heart, you cannot try to live the path that society dictates to you,
Mm-hmm.
especially because society is trying to fill gaps because of trauma that we went through, right? So these are trauma-induced expectations, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't want the trauma-induced expectations. I want to be able to think about my ultimate potential and then live that out in the ultimate actualization. That's where I want to get to. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the things that we've done, it's been about what were my dreams that I've seen, right, that was missing and what can I do for that, right? So it creates a lot of people who see it as a very rewarding thing. And then there's people who wish I'd done things the way they want me to do them and they don't like
Oh
me
yeah,
for what I
people gonna try to
do.
live vicariously through you. I learned that shit. Like if you ever become successful, you gonna have people who, hey bro, if I had your money, I'd be doing this, or I'd do this, or I'd do that. But one thing I had to learn was, you got to trust in your vision, and you got to live it regardless of who don't like it. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure it was people trying to tell both of y'all to. And by the way, these two guys right here are like big brothers to me. Like in the
Man,
whole financial literacy space,
who's that, bro?
like these two right here are like big brothers to me. I'm a like and I salute that. Y'all not I know Wallstreet the 80s baby. You not an 80s baby?
No, I
Actually you
hit
an 80s baby.
the 90s. I'm a 90s baby.
Bro,
Oh shit.
I'm leveling youngster out here.
hey, listen to me. Aristotle. That's
Yeah.
the last one. The last one.
Nah, these niggas
uh,
hey, you know how it go, man. Hey, but nah, what I salute though is the fact that like they taking on that role too, because it's a lot of up and coming young, influential black men in the space, and we all. I think my generation for sure, the '90s babies, and I can speak. We dropped the ball on the big brotherhood. I feel like the '80s babies were like our uncles, and they would take us in, play with us, and this and that. But I feel like the '90s kid, we not really tapped in with the 2000s kids like y'all were, like y'all are with us. You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead. So
And,
I was gonna say that
go ahead, go ahead.
that happened for a reason, dude. So one of the things I love to look at is what happened. Like I look at history and patterns. So there's a few things that happen. So people from my generation, we were the byproduct of old dudes from the 70s and then the crack era, right? And so what happened with the crack era was so many fathers, uncles, brothers, black families got disrupted, locked up, took away, separated. It put from 85 to like the early 90s, mid 90s, we went through like 10 years of just mass destruction. We talking about turning, you got to remember, so just a quick history lesson. So 1972, we gave birth to the black middle class, which was the middle class that actually had more home ownership, more college, more jobs. Again, it's the Industrial Revolution, so it's the factory jobs, but then they stepped up. They had just came through the 60s, which was trying to get rights, trying to get all that. So they just come from that. So they started establishing themselves. You go look at it, we started getting shows like Good Times and the Jeffersons, because that represent the new black class. It represents coming up out the hood. You get Good Times, trying to survive, and then you get the Jeffersons moving on up. This was the 70s, 74. So this is the establishment of the black middle class. What happens is 82 is the worst, even worse than now. 1982 was the worst depression on black America. 1982 is under Ronald Reagan. Richard Nixon. It's the 70s is Richard Nixon. 82 is Ronald Reagan. We get the worst epidemic, the worst thing on black people in America. Because what he does, he cuts welfare, he cuts luncheons, he cuts so much it depleted black and brown America. So then right after that, 85, we get the war on drugs. War on drugs killed us. So now what happens is the 80s era, all the way to 95, 96, we get punished. And what happens is the leadership gets taken away. The big brothers go. The big brothers in prison now. The big brothers teach from prison. The uncles trying to teach from prison. The fathers trying to teach from prison. And then the people who are left remaining, they're now strung out on drugs. They're, they caught up. And so the people who are trying to teach, now you get people, my era, we 16, 17, 18, in the late 90s, but all our OGs locked up now. So then what happens is, because we still under attack, 2000 errors, all of those people get wiped up on drugs, on crime. So now when you come to age 13, 14, you have nobody to give you no game. You have nobody. You have no, you know what I'm saying? You have nobody to school you. So now you figuring it out. Y'all figuring it out. But what happens is, watch this, they change the music. So the music
That right there is what
100%.
happened. That shit right there, bro.
So the music changed.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, bro, like Wu-Tang Clan, KRS-One, Rakim, them dudes ain't run out of raps. You know what I'm saying? Like Public Enemy, they didn't run out of raps, bro. You know what I'm saying? They didn't run out of rhymes to say. Queen Latifah, MC, they didn't run out of music. The landscape of how music changed. Then what happens is black murder music became a multi-million-dollar industry. You feel me? Programming. So now, okay, we're gonna push the music. So then instead of the OGs raising us, dudes who coming from struggle, who are glorifying drugs, crime, because they only talking about what they live in, they start to raise us. You feel what I'm saying? And they're not doing it to hurt us. They're doing it. They're trying to Buddy. I'm going through. And because we relate to struggle and pain and murder more than anything, because even if you wasn't in the street, what happened was it was still your reality. You know what I'm saying? Even if you wasn't, you might ain't sold dope, but your partner, your cousin, your uncle sold dope. Somebody you know was on crack. Somebody you know got killed. So you related to the pain in the music. Yeah. So then that raises you. And so that's what happened with the leadership. And so then when you get people trying to teach the leadership, dudes like, bro, I've been in shootouts already. I've been to prison already.
I'm tired.
Man, go, man.
Yeah.
Back to jail with that, bro. I'm not trying to hit that, dog. Somebody get. And now you don't got no skills to get no money, and everybody in survival mode. So going work a 9 to 5, man, get out my face, dog. So it wasn't that y'all let them down. You didn't have enough people to tell you, yo, this the way. But that's what we come in at now, because the 19 Keys is respected. You are respected. I'm respected. And so now you get people like, wait, hold up, bro. Like, I'm in my DM right now, bro. There's so many people like, Trap, man, you helping me get out the street right now, dog. One dude hit me the other day, said, bro, I sold my last pack, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm putting all my money in the market. Then he hit me 2 days. He just got in the group. He said, bro, I made 10K today. This shit better than street money. I said, salute, King. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Yeah. So that's why people like you are needed. That's why conversations like Keys is needed, because we need people to not talk to us. And watch this. If you talk to me in a different language, I can, even if I don't understand it, I can feel the energy and the frequency that'll make me say, yo, I don't understand what he's saying, but he's saying some shit I need to hit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
My bad.
I think when we look at
my bad on that rant.
No,
my bad.
No, that was good. That was a good lesson, man. It had me thinking about just, we are born at different points in time, right? And, being a study of history, you really understand cycles, but you said something was pivotal when you talk about the change in frequency that happens, right? Mm-hmm. Which is the music, right? Yeah. Because, you can be born in a love era where the music is all about love. That's the frequency. And then you can be born in an aggressive era where all the music is aggressive, and that gets your heart rate and beat to aggressiveness. Yeah. And you really got to think about, take the year that you was born, and then think about everything that happened decades right before that.
Yeah,
right
I was born in 96.
And then study that era between 1 through 7, right? So let's say I'm born in 90, so from 90 to 97. Right? What the frequency from 1 through 7, because your mind has not been shaped to decide for itself at all, right? You're shaped in that frequency between 1 through 7 of who you become. Then from 7 to like 18, right? You start to have a little more discernment about information that you take in, right? And then from 18 to 25, when your brain is fully mature, right, now you can decide to say which information that you want and what you don't want, and you start to shape who you are. So if you want to study yourself, because I'm deep on like personalization and customization for people today, you take your year and you study those years between, if you pass 25, between 1 through 25, right? And a lot of who you think you are, the people you've decided, the taste that you have, the clothes that you wear, all of that was shaped by those years, right, of your programming and your shaping as a human being. And after 25, when your brain is fully matured, now you can decide who you are. And you have to go
Mm-hmm.
back and look at some of those things and say, I was only cool with him because I didn't know myself. I
Mm-hmm.
only listened to this shit because I didn't know myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only, 80% of the emotions that we feel today is from something that happened in the past. We're not even making decisions being present because most of us are not enlightened to live in the present. Most of us live in the past. So when we see people, we trigger about what happened, not what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you
Yeah, that's
have
right.
to go back in the past and study yourself. When we talk self-knowledge, we ain't talking about you just studying the world. Like, literally study you. Create a dossier, which is like a file on you and who you are. And then after 25, you now have the ability to say, okay, this is who I'm going to be based on me now tweaking these things and having the ability of discernment.
Bro, it's crazy because I went through that shit myself. People ask me what was the journey and what was it like with me getting rich. And it was when I was 21 years old. It was what you was talking about. Both of y'all was talking about. When I was 21, I took a look at who I was, where I was, everything that was about me. I really did hate myself at that age. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hate myself. I just was like, I had a lot of self-reflecting. I said, God damn. Because when you 21, all my peers about to be, seniors in college the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at myself like, okay, I'm 21 years old. I don't got shit. I'm in the army. Everybody gonna graduate college. And then I also thought about that too, 19, where you said everybody, I realized the people who was around me simply because we're in the army. And the friends that I knew was simply because my parents decided to settle here. We don't have nothing in common. I'm worried about this, and that. I'm a hustler. Y'all worried about hoes, clothes, Jordans, all of that. You get what I'm saying? So I had to distance myself from friends in order to become successful. I had to isolate myself. And then I did a lot of self-reflecting. I realized, okay, cool. I'm not financially secure, so I came up with a plan. I was like, shit, what can I do in order to get my finances straight? And I didn't realize what I was doing was genius until about 3 years later. You get what I'm saying? Because what I did was I came up with a savings plan. I was saving $100 a week, and then I cut off video games. I cut off television. But I cut that off for a good 5 years. I didn't start watching television again till this year. It took a long time for me to get into the mindset. I still don't watch like cable, but I can go watch a Netflix series maybe 4 times a year. I still don't watch TV. So I tell all young people, if you really, really want to get or become successful, it's going to take some years of sacrifice. It's going to take self-reflection. It's going to
I'm
take
sorry,
goddamn.
not to cut your wisdom, but somebody said they thought Wall Street Trapper was LeBron
Nah,
James,
bro,
man. Threw me
go
off.
ahead. I just saw somebody say you was Nelly. Don't do that, bro.
No, it was, no, it
Go
was.
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all, this motherfucker
Go
roasting.
ahead.
Now, I was roasting y'all. I was roasting y'all earlier.
Now, no, you can make because even me,
Nah, but
bro, I don't.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm not really the TV person.
yeah, I'm not.
Me, I sit on top of the books.
I
I
love
got,
y'all, man.
I literally sit on
Hey,
side with a
Wallstreet,
bunch of.
what year did you get out of prison, by the way?
I got out 2007. I went from 99 to 2007, bro. 10 years, bro.
Whew.
8 years and 11 months in total. You know what I'm
No offense,
saying? Like 8.
my brother, but you went in at the right time and got out at the right time. But I would hate to be in prison today, boy. There's too much shit going on.
19 P said something that was good about at 25, you really learn who you want to be. You can make that decision and you can make it distinctly at 25, right? So somebody said people think turning the TV off make you rich. I guarantee you this. And I challenge you. I'll challenge everybody on it. It will.
We can't.
It will. Here's why. If you turn the TV off, then what happens is if you turn the TV off, let's say I guarantee that you turn the TV off and read an hour, that time you watching that TV, the time you take watching the TV, if you read or you listen to podcasts, or even if you just got on YouTube and watch education instead of just watching foolishness on TV, it'll put you light years ahead of your counterparts. So It will.
These are literally the books that I use.
Facts.
I put this here for a reason.
Facts.
These are literally the books I use to make a lot of money.
Facts.
Like I
It will.
read the whole For Dummies series. I read this was my favorite for mental health because I had piss poor
Yeah, I got.
mental health. The Substance Art of Not Giving a Fuck. To me, this book, I know it sounds cliche, but if you don't know shit and you trying to get rich fast, like if you or just like financial literacy.
Financial literacy, yep.
This is my favorite financial literacy book.
So I always say that. Robert Kiyosaki, he doesn't, I think the biggest thing that I learned from Robert Kiyosaki was financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? But yep. But then you got some more. If you're a black dude, Message to the Black Man,
Yep.
To Live. You know what I'm saying? Those are great books. So if you turn the TV off, bro, it's a lot you could do.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
TV.
So there's distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction. It really called it the dummy box.
Anything that's a distraction is keeping you away, you know what I'm saying, from actualization. Like that, I heard somebody talking about their time in prison and why it was so detrimental for them when they was younger. And you know, bro was just explaining, you know, the simple idea of that, because it's the only time where you actually really get to just focus on you, right?
Yeah.
And when we think about that, it's like, that sounds simple, but when we think about life, we got to pay bills, we got to survive, we got relationships, we got the world. Everything is outer projecting all the time, all the time, all the time. And so, you know, affording the time to spend alone and separate from the world is a luxury.
Hey, I got
You know
a question for both of
like
y'all.
that shit is a luxury, so getting rid of distractions is key.
What's y'all opinion on this John Moran shit? I got a question for both of y'all. You go first, 19. Go ahead. Let me get your opinion on this.
I think it's truly simple. It's so many angles you can look at it, but way I look at it, because I've been studying a lot about just the psychology of young men and just these concepts about we're in this age about the eternal boy, right? Where there's a lot of people who never achieve psychological wholeness. You know what I'm saying? To where they can take full responsibility for themselves, have full self-awareness, know how to move and engage the world at a high level. What I see with John Moran, it really just comes down to accountability. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it comes down to some self-destructive behaviors. I think there's a lot of pressure on a lot of times when you look at young men, especially if you get into a position, you're the face of the NBA, 200 mil, people are saying you this, that, and the third, right? And, you know, what happens, we have a tendency towards self-destructive behavior because, you know, sometimes we think it's easy to just blow this shit up and start over when it never is. You know what I'm saying? It's always better to be future-oriented and move forward with what you have. And I ain't saying that that's him because I don't know his psychological profile. But when you mix in the things that he's been doing, you know, it's reckless behavior. You cannot apologize for some a behavior. It makes you wrong once you do that. Because then apology is an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you apologize and you say, I'm going to change my behavior, and you don't, you can't blame the NBA for that. The first time you know, whether you consider carrying a gun is this, that, and the third, you know you got 200 million on the line. But you still a youngster, though. You're not fully whole as a grown adult. I don't know how old John Moran is. I don't think he's 25 yet. You know what I'm saying? And so you got a young man with a lot of money, a lot of position, and some reckless behavior. And you add that into a mix. And then, of course, he got the stress of now putting his family on, putting his pops on, his peoples. That's a different conversation, right? So you got to really look at the mental state of where he is, because a lot of young men do that same behavior. He's just doing it at a high level.
I used to do that shit in Wallstreet. Remember when I first got rich?
Cats is doing the same thing where they crashing out, you know what I'm saying, and they risking their life.
Yeah.
So for me, it's the same behavior, but no, you cannot apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because the first time, with every excuse that everybody making for him, oh, it's double standard and white boy had the gun and all that shit. If he would have said that, then okay. But that's not what he's saying. Every excuse that we're hearing is coming from somebody else. Every single excuse. If you are not grown enough to speak up for yourself, you know what I'm saying, then what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, that's the way I look at it, and I think that it sets a terrible precedence for a lot of young cats when the older and the OGs make excuse for them, because this is what these little niggas is doing out here in the first place. They're crashing out. You know what I mean? And then when they crash out and the OG make an excuse for them, they make an excuse for themselves as well. And what we need is these young niggas to grow up. We need them to actually become men and stop being afraid of being men. You know what I'm saying? Because a man takes accountability for all his things, extreme accountability and extreme ownership. And if he believes that
Why
he's doing
everybody
something right, he
calling
stands
him a
on that.
kid though?
You
Like
said
he's
what?
23. Why everybody keep calling him a kid though?
Man, because that's that whole thing that where we at right now. He's still young. He ain't hit 25. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a kid ain't just somebody, who's a young child. It's somebody who's psychologically young, right? So he can be a child. You know what I mean? Just because he has a skill set of being great in basketball does not mean he have the other psychological areas whole. You know what I mean? And I think that that's what people are like. You're misjudging it. It's like a person can be great at football, basketball, NASCAR, whatever the hell. That doesn't mean that they're good at managing their life and managing their decisions and anything else. It means that he has one skill set and one talent that we know him for. It doesn't mean that he's psychologically whole in any of those other areas. He can be a boy in all those areas. And he's showing us, yeah, I'm a boy in every other area, but on the field, you know what I mean, in basketball, that's where I have my greatest skill set. So he's not a kid in the sense like he's a little boy. No, he's like we supposed to have rites of passage that allow us to be able to deal with the world, but we don't have those. And he has people in the NBA. I remember talking to Kyrie about this shit. Like, you have a team of people who manage everything for you at all times, right? It sets you at a disadvantage from being able to manage yourself. Before most people even get to you, they go through a filter of your whole team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing about what you're doing is maturing you at all. Everything is a fantasy world. So you get to live in a fantasy world of a little kid living out their dreams. So making these decisions, you don't even understand the detriment of these decisions, which is why you're not thinking about the future. You're just living in this bliss of this moment, crashing out, making these mistakes. So I think that the best thing that we could do, of course, I don't want to see Brett lose no money. I don't want to see him do none of those. But those are his decisions he making. Nobody else is forcing this man to risk $200 million. Nobody. For what? Listening to NBA YoungBoy and waving his gun in a car with his homies while they record him? You ain't even doing nothing that's worth
them New
crashing
Orleans
out
niggas
on.
throw it off, man. That's why
Like,
y'all got the world acting crazy.
Like, it ain't even, like, I would see if the behavior was something major, like, bruh, it's just fucking sitting in a car flashing a gun.
And listen,
like, it ain't even nothing worth
but
it. Close.
his reckon dude and his homie. Like, and here's what, so everything Key said, like, dead on. So when I look at it as, so one thing what we are watching is, and this what I don't like, but it's actually like a representation of what's been happening. We're looking at another man get lynched by the media. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. And then what happens is every time, but this one he put on his own self, right? And what I will say is, Ja got to make better decisions, yo. He got to make better decisions, especially like you said, when you apologize for something, right? Once you apologize for it, that's saying you acknowledge the act of it, and you gonna rectify your behavior, right? When you apologize for it, it's admission of guilt. I acknowledge what it's doing, and rectify the behavior. For me, you already saw, like, I looked at it as, all right, so he had a max contract coming up, $296 million. Immediately once he did the gun situation, they made sure he didn't make the All NBA team. So they took that. You're not gonna get that max contract. But what happened?
Shit, if I give me $300 million, I won't do a goddamn thing.
That was the max contract, $296 million up for grabs. So if he would have made the All NBA team, he would have got the other 90-something million added as an extension. So because he didn't make the All NBA team, he get that take away from him. Now here's what happens. At some point, you got to think about his father in his life, but his pop's young too. His pop's young too. So he having fun. You can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dad.
Somebody got
shit.
yeah,
I see that video.
Up there, hey, bro. Because here's what we know. Here's what we know America does, yo. They'll find a way to take that $200 million from you. They'll find a way to take that $200 million from you. bro.
But let me say this though. When you a young nigga and you the breadwinner of the family, now he feel like he don't have to listen to
You don't
nobody.
listen to
You know what
nobody.
I'm
That's
saying?
that's a fact. And so
That's little boy
and that,
shit.
and that's what Keys was saying. Well, what happens is, even though he's 23, he hasn't matured into manhood because watch this. His whole life, he's been praised as a great basketball star. All he had to be good. I didn't have to be good at decision making. I didn't have to be good at maturity. All I had to be good at was basketball. I didn't have to develop.
The only person who can stop John Morant is himself. I
That's
don't feel like
fact.
he would listen to because he's the breadwinner. He feels like there's nothing anyone can tell him. Now I want y'all perspective on this because I was thinking at it from this point. Uh, his friends. Do you believe in both of y'all? Do you believe he needs to change or reevaluate his friends?
It's gonna be hard for him because when you have that much money,
Right.
you don't trust nobody but the people you came up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And I was the dude in the video. Soon as he saw Jock put the gun up, he threw the phone down. If you look at the video, he relied, but soon as Jock put the gun up, dude like dropped the phone, like yo,
Right.
you can see that. You know what I'm saying? So even his partner was like, kind of like, bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Dude, Herman threw the phone down. So it's hard for you to say these other people, my friends, when you ain't come up with none of them. You don't know none of them. Now you got to be opened up. You got to open up to that. I was like, and John not from the hood, the ghetto, like, but I remember me when him 500 and Neo, when they reached out to me, I was like, man, I don't know, man, I don't know y'all niggas, man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all, I don't know y'all like that, dog. I had to learn to open up. And
Yeah.
the thing is, black men, what we got to learn to do, bro, we got to learn how to open up and trust. Like, either call each other, and I'll be like, what's up? Like, we might not talk for a couple weeks, but when we talk, it's, bro, how you doing emotionally? How you doing spiritually? You know what I'm saying? We'll talk for 2 hours on the phone just to, yo, where you at? Like, I know who 19 Keys is. Like, bro, how you doing as a man? How you doing as a leader? How you doing as a brother? How you doing as a son? Like, how you doing? Tell me, I don't care nothing about how much money you make. How you doing? Right? And you need people that's going to do that for us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, because I don't know his circle. But what I do know is he needs somebody got to come in who he respect. Because he the person that made the 200 million. I'm the one that bought my mama the house. I'm the one that bought my dad the house. I'm the one that pay everybody. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Dad, you can't tell me nothing. You my nigga, you my dog. You ain't never, I did this. I did
Nas
this. So
called it king's disease. Whenever a man gets a lot of money and he doesn't want to listen to nobody, he doesn't want to, it's called king's disease. And I feel like Ja just has a bad case of king's disease right. Huh?
How can you when as men, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is how much money we make. Right? You've been taught as a man, you've been taught that. Now as we've grown and matured, which is why I salute you too, Aristotle, because I watch you take care of your wife. I watch you put your people in place. I watch you take care of your kids. Like, you learn that, wait, I gotta move. Even you told me one time, you was like, hey, bro, when we talked last time, you was like, when we had a little conversation, you was like, bro, I had to move my house from over here. I had to move over here because I realized that energy wasn't right for what I got going on. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody didn't tell you that. At least that was you making a conscious decision, like, wait, I got a family. This ain't the right environment for me. You feel what I'm saying? But you came into that. What happens when you get dumped, when $200 million get dumped on you, and the whole world admires you for this one thing? The only other person, can't know anybody come tell you nothing. It has to be somebody who has been through what you've been through, who you respect, that can come in and say, hey, you about to mess it up.
So you saying the only person who can say Ja is LeBron at this point?
It got to be somebody like somebody that some big, because nobody else he respect. Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody. Man, I made 200 million, bro. Like, stop. And I'm cold blooded at this ball. Somebody got to come in, and it may sound crazy. You may say he got to humble himself and all that, but when you got 200 million already, bro, it's hard. And somebody got to come that you respect and be like, nah, come here. You know, it's easy when you don't got no money. You won't take mentorship from anybody. Yup, man, show me the way, bro. I don't care. Show me the way.
But
The only thing I feel about his friends, though, I feel like this too, and I want y'all perspective on this. If we homies, right? You know me. If I'm the breadwinner and I work 200 M's, and you know they doing like this and shit in the video, doing guns and shit, I feel like you supposed to protect the person, and I feel like by y'all going live, that's kind of reckless in my opinion. Because if that's your homie, you know him. You ain't gotta prove to people you know him. I wouldn't even want.
That's you gotta like all we seen was 10 seconds of a moment. We don't know what
Right.
happened before. That's the cool thing about media, man. We see like a moment that's sliced out of a whole day. We don't know what the fuck happened before, during, or after.
I feel like nobody should go live, period, around.
You got to think about how many consecutive days that they have been kicking it without him flashing a gun. You know what I'm saying? Without him, they listening to NBA YoungBoy and they kicking it. They turned up. What you mean? They young and turned up and they got money. What you think they gonna do? But then y'all decide to, all right, then we up. And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's one moment. That's the thing about it. It's like, it don't matter how good you do. You can have 99,000 hours of good. It's the second of bad. You know what I mean? That costs you everything. And you don't know, and your friends don't know, and they can't determine, and they're not going to be on the lookout for this second of bad that's going to come.
That's why I feel like
that's not your friend's job.
Because I was in job position when I was in the Army. I was the young nigga who was kind of turned, but like when I get around my homies, it's a different story. You know how I go, like the Kendrick Lamar album, Art of Pure Pressure. Y'all heard of that song, right? When he was like, I'm with the homies. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, you could be a good kid in a mad city. When you get with the homies, it's like a frequency that just turn up that make us do reckless shit. You feel me? And
well,
that's
music,
why I was saying
the music, like most of us cannot you cannot take it into the fucking music,
that's
bro.
why I said, like,
come on, man.
Yeah. Bro, listen, right now, I have literally changed how, even though I know it's people telling their story and they saying what they'll do, I understand no matter what you consume, bro, it's going to become you.
Right.
No matter, even if it ain't your life, just to hear you, what, brother? Here come the faint. You know what I'm saying? He in there, here come the burner. He probably even know he flashed it.
Nah, he did.
But he listened until he in it. They 3, 4, 5 songs in. You know what I'm saying? His partner hitting him up like, yeah, son, like, we gonna kill them boys this year. Yeah. The young boy, come on, flash. 1 second. 1 second. You know what I'm saying? It's always that, bro. It's music. You know, I don't want to be the person to blame the music because it's pivotal, but we got to be conscious of the music.
So y'all don't listen to none of this new shit?
Bro, I do not. I'm going to keep it.
My nephew listened to that shit, man. That's crash out.
Yeah, I don't listen to it.
I don't even think NBA really be taking his time to make music. So it's just be like,
bro, he caged up. He on house arrest. He got a big house, bro. He just make music and dwell. He in his own little world, bro. Right. Young boy on the streets, bro. He been in his own little world for a few years, bro. He don't go nowhere.
Right, that's a young nigga. I ain't really got like, I don't mind listening to somebody young music, but I'm just saying that young nigga, it ain't nothing he gonna put into his music that I'm gonna connect.
Yeah, I don't listen to that, bro. If I'm being honest.
Hold on, Trav. You from New Orleans? You from Louisiana? You got some NBA YoungBoy in your playlist now.
I do not.
You don't want to represent for the city?
From Baton Rouge. He not from New Orleans.
That's true. So you saying that's different? Like y'all two different people.
We are two different people. We two different cities. And I got some real dudes I rock with in Baton Rouge, but the vibe different. Like if you listen to Boosie and you listen to Hot Boys, you can tell the difference in the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The energy different. Now, I respect the Boosie. I don't have nothing against it, but that's not. I'm gonna just say this: where I'm at in my life, that music can't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got nothing against it, but where I'm at in my life, I understand the power of frequency. I understand the power of words. I understand what conditioning is. Trap, capping, man. I have no NBA, none of that stuff, bro. I don't listen to that.
I like
that shit crash out music, man. That shit, like, I mean, if you listen to it, that's on you. You will never hear me don't listen to this, don't listen to that. I just tell you what the effect
Yeah,
is, and you decide.
I don't got no.
So do you personally feel like there's some young men who crashed out because of his music, like went on a mission, killed somebody after listening to his
I
music?
don't want.
Well, I tell you this, it's a soundtrack to hunting.
Yeah,
That's what drill
yeah.
music is, and music
I
like
don't want
that.
that
Like
because
if you want to go murder a black man, that's the perfect soundtrack to go do it to.
yeah, I'm not gonna put it on him because we all conscious of our own decisions. But what I will say is, when I was in the streets and we went to go do something, we always had a certain type of music playing.
What was that music? Well, what y'all playing?
Some shit that can make you do some shit and you not think twice
Yeah.
about it.
Gucci? Nah.
No. So Gucci wasn't really our thing in New Orleans. It was always Soulja Slim. It was New Orleans
Oh,
music. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Soulja Slim, it was C Murder. You know what I'm saying? It was, if depending on where you was at, like you probably still was listening to Pac. You know what I'm saying? You probably was still on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like Atlanta music, for us, it was like the Outkast, coming up. That was it. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
was the best music.
Yeah, like it was that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really heavy on the A music until like I got home from prison. Like Jeezy and T.I. I rock with Gucci because I respected, because I was from the street, I respected that killer instinct. But again, Gucci was saying a certain kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But dudes in New Orleans, bro, you really be on something. If I'm being honest, you be on something. Get money and whatever come with that, you with it. You don't really go looking for it. You know what I'm saying? You be on some get money, but you with whatever the smoke is. You know what I'm saying? But again, even in New Orleans, you got dudes that's cut like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know the power of music, and I know where I'm at, and I wouldn't put that murder on somebody, but I do understand the power of it. And I do, if you got intentions on something that ain't right and you put the music on, guess what's gonna happen? Something that ain't right.
So let's talk about solutions then, because we focus a lot on the problem. In y'all perspective, what would be the solutions to not only stepping away from the killing music as a frequency of young black men, but just in general of uplifting black people out of poverty and negative frequencies? What would be solutions?
You mean as alternatives as far as what to listen to?
Like what do you feel like is the solution to this era of this, not only just music, but like you said, they're operating on negative frequencies. We all know that the young black men, and I know that for a fact because I was in high school. And I remember we had our headphones on, and when I was in high school, I'm gonna tell you what was out. I graduated in 2014. We was on some player shit. It was Rich Homie Quan, things like that we were listening to. So that was our frequency. You feel me? And their frequency, and I even watch them because I watch a lot of football highlights, and I watch what these dudes listen to for their pregame. They're listening to NBA YoungBoy. They're listening to drill music.
Yeah, I think it's circumstantial. I think you got to understand, like, when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to gangster music all day long. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand what music does. It puts you in different states, right? Mm-hmm. So when I need something to pump my blood up, put me on aggressive mode. But if I'm listening to that and I'm just inside the house and somebody do something to me and I'm in that state, I'm going to be triggered now because I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? So music can put you in different states of reference. Same to why you walking down the street, you listening to that music, somebody do something now, and I can break this shit down. Dr. Wesley does a good job at breaking down the frequency of hip-hop and how the music entrains us and things of that nature. A lot of people don't want to hear the solutions. It ain't that the solutions don't exist, but when you tell motherfuckers a solution, like cut this shit off, go listen to some fucking nature and some binaural beats and play some old school shit, people don't want it. People want solutions that already fit what they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why it's like, it's not that solutions don't exist. Because I seen some idiot in here saying we ain't got none. It's like, niggas don't want to take them. I'll give you the solutions all day long as you gonna follow the plan. Man. Because most niggas in the hood, 99% of them need like some sort of therapeutic output and need to get the fuck out and take completely the culture that we talk about, fast, death, murder, sex, drugs. None of this shit niggas is rapping about is conducive to you bringing out that God body energy. I'm talking about God shit. You talking about nigga shit. Nigga shit is dead. God is life. It's different. Like we building. Nigga shit is nothing but destruction. You know what I'm talking about? So that's different. So for me, it's all about, you know, what I do. Like I listen to things for what it's worth. Like I said, when I want to listen to that type of music, I'm in the gym. I want to be aggressive, right? But
So what's the
shit,
difference between gangster music and drill music?
well, gangster music can not just be gangster against each other. Gangster is somebody take care of family. Gangster is somebody who hold position and structure, right? Drill music is about hunting each other. It's self-destructive. It's about when you listen to drill music, you know the intent is I'm going to go kill another black boy. You know what I'm saying? It's the music that gets you in the mode to go hunt somebody, right? That's what drill music is hunting young black men music. The shit is pure demon mode, right? It's no empathy, it's no thinking. It's I'm on a hunt, I'm outside, I'm gonna take a life and get some stripes, right? And gangster music, when you first look at it, shit was revolutionary. Like niggas could be going against the police on some gangster shit. Niggas don't in drill music don't talk about drilling down on police or no shit. They talk about drilling and murdering each other, smoking the pack, disrespecting this nigga mama, and being the most foul I can think of possibly at the highest level. It's serial killer young nigga music. So it's like crash out music. So drill music to me, in the essence, in the way that young niggas rap it, in the way that it's pushed out there, it's crash out culture all day long. It ain't longevity at all. It ain't getting money at all. It's I'm crashing out. I'm going stupid. This shit is just dumb. This is what our behavior is. Ain't no long term, no nothing. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I think we need to bring back R&B. I think
They got
more men
R&B.
need to talk
I ain't
about
coming for that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I still like some
90s
gangster music. I ain't,
R&B. You gotta think the
with
frequency
all
though.
that said, but you gotta have discernment, man. You gotta know when to fast, cut it off, and build yourself up. So when you listening to music, you can filter it for what it's
Talking about
worth.
you don't like R&B?
I listen to it when I'm in an
I'm about
emotional
to say
mode.
what you be fucking to.
Whoa.
Like goddamn, goddamn gangster music. You hearing that
Pause,
shit from the back playing gangster music?
pause, pause. But
one of
Aristotle, a different type of philosopher. Uh,
I think one of the things we do need though is um more like so people like us, like we need to. So one of the things I, you know, when I was with ET, what I did was I went in New Orleans. We went to New Orleans. I went in the jail. I went to Rikers Island. I went in the prison. And I talked to them about trade, and I showed them about trade, and I showed them about investing. What happens is if we can, and this is my idea of it. If we can show the dudes in the street, because I come from it, and once I saw that I can make money doing this, the problem is nobody is actively showing people in the street that there's a different way. All they saying is job. And if I've been in the street all my life, go and get a job is the last thing I'm thinking about going to do. You know what I'm saying? So nothing against nobody with a job, because actually if you got a job, you're probably making more money than dudes in the street anyway. You know what I'm saying? But when I went to Rikers, when I went to the prison in New Orleans, and when I went to the detention centers, um, when I talked to them about street, you know, making money in the street, and Lala DM'd me, and Lala said, she said, Trap, you know, I had been hearing about you, but when my guy, cause I didn't know Lala had a whole damn unit in Rikers Island that she mentor and she bring people in. And so she was like, man, my guy's been talking about you since you left. And she was like, she said, I bring little baby. I bring so many different people in. None of them had that type of impact. They never had that type of, you know, they calling me, they hit me up. And so you realize that if we can go teach them, and it's a hard job, but you got to speak the language. You got to, when you talking to dudes in the street, you got to get respect first. You know what I'm saying? And respect don't come with cursing. Respect saying, say, bro, check this out, bro. You know, for me, it's, bro, I've been what you been through, dog. You want, let me show you the bullet wound. Let me show you look at my rap sheet. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you some of the nuances of it. So when I showed them that immediately, I was in the pen, it was like, yep, dude been through it. And so being able to talk to them and then show them, it's like, damn, there's a different level. You know what I'm saying? There's a different level. And so if somebody can show you that there's another way, because here's the truth, man. Most dudes in the street don't want to be in the street. They looking for a way out of the street. It's until someone can come speak my language and give me another alternative that I'm willing to leave the street. And the average person that's coming and talk to dudes in the street, the only alternative is, yo, go get a job. And dude's not trying to hear that. Because even though you're not free, there's a sense of freedom, a fake freedom. There's a sense of fake freedom when you hearing, I'm grinding and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. There's a sense of fake freedom when you're in the street. And the job is the last that you literally won't do, man. You don't want to do that. So I think we, we got to just get back in them. We got to be willing to get in the trenches. We got to be getting rid of the talk to them. We got to get in this shit, and we got to show them that this game real. This market is real. Ari, you just made $300,000 in 5 months from long-term, options. Guess what? How many dope boys got 10, 15, how many street dudes, how many scammers got 10, 15, $20,000 that if they learned how to do that, yeah, they probably took the dirty money and made it. But if we can, check this out, bro, and take this money, bro. Let me show you this skill set right here, bro. Bro, that should have changed their life. They'd be like, wait, hold up. Man, you mean I ain't got to do this shit no more?
That's pretty much what I've been working on, man. I've been working on for the last few years, and I feel like I got I won't say the holy grail, but I wanted to figure out a system that works in just about any market, right? So with the whole option league play, and I can give people game, we can go to the financial literacy part, just because I know some of them came to learn. So one thing I'll say for all the people who trying to get into the stock market, it's not something that you can just, and Wallstreet can attest to this, it is not something that you can just go into with no knowledge and be good at. Nah. This is something you have to learn. You have to learn how companies are profiting. Mm-hmm. You got to learn how to read their balance sheets. You got to learn how businesses actually operate. And that's actually how I made my money. All of that money is learning, sitting back, learning the fundamentals and learning technicals. So yes, you have to learn the fundamentals. And Wallstreet does a good job with teaching that. I'm more so a technical guy. I do know the fundamentals. I do long-term, and I do use fundamentals to gauge what I'm putting long-term options and leaps on, right? Okay. So for all the young men trying to step into the stock market, for one, trading, I'm gonna just say this first and foremost. If you got 10,000, do not use that 10,000. Use at least a quarter of that, because you need to give yourself, because especially if you're not going to take any training, anything like that. Also, you guys can paper trade. You guys can use fake money. Don't be ashamed to use fake money to learn and better your skills in trading and knowledge. Another thing too is don't just use option trading to make money. Have multiple streams of income. You can look at all three of us, and I guarantee all three of us have multiple streams of income. So first and foremost, and also with your 9 to 5 too, use that money. So you need 2 streams of income. You need one that you're investing and one to live off of. That's my favorite thing to tell anybody who's coming from the bottom. If all of you want to come from the bottom quick, you need 2 streams of income. One could be your 9 to 5, one could be something else. And you need to invest 100% of that other thing. Like how Nip say all money in, you need to be all money in with the second stream of income, and you need to be living off the first one. Now you could do one or two things. Let's just say you say, man, I don't know how to find a second one. Okay, cool. You and your queen, y'all can live off your queen income and you can invest yours. Now that's a conversation people not ready for, but that's something that I would recommend for a 2-couple household. That's 2 streams of income. Y'all don't need to combine both to make a living. Y'all need to be using one and then investing the other. So it's just systems that you need to put in place before you even start trading. For one, cash flow. You need to operate yourself like a business. So businesses have cash flow, free cash flow to invest in themselves. If you guys don't have free cash flow, you're going to fail at anything. Because cash flow gives you the opportunity to fail. A lot of you will use your last dollar, but you don't know how to keep bringing in cash flow. Cash flow is important, and you got to look at yourself. Like I think me and 19 Keys was talking about this in Boston. You got to look at yourself like a stock, okay? And you got, and that's how I evaluate all companies, even Wall Street. I can look at his company like a stock. I can see, okay, he got Trapping Tuesdays, he got this, he got that. I see 19 Keys. You can look at somebody and evaluate somebody, and just the same way you can evaluate and hate on somebody else and evaluate what they're doing and pocket watching. It's the same thing with the stock market. You got to pocket watch these companies the same way you pocket watch everybody else and see everything they doing. How many views does he get? How many this? How much could he make off this? How much? That's the same way I do with these companies. All right, I evaluate them on some pocket watching shit. I'm done.
Hard pause.
Hard pause, goddamn.
Yeah, I'm done.
No, I said that in what was that, Baltimore? I asked people, would you put a call option or put on yourself a 2024 performance? You know what I'm saying? And it's a real life thing if you think about it and you know how to evaluate yourself. Now, some people may do it and they may lose all their money because they're not being honest with themselves, right? Because you got to talk about your performance in this uncertain market and things.
Hold up, Keith. I'm about to exit out right quick, y'all.
Nah, you good.
Man, salute
I'm
y'all.
drinking aqua,
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm probably about to go and smoke some gas. You smoke the gas, Wall Street? Wall Street, we gotta smoke one. Me and 19 Key. One day, me and 19 gonna smoke one.
That's
on some
wild.
high frequency shit.
That's wild. I tell you what, I give you my trading account, man, and you trade it to $1 million, man. I'll smoke one with you.
Not $1 million. How about this? Now we gotta make an easier turn off. Let's see. If I can help you get 100K real quick, we gotta smoke one.
All right, how much do I need to give you, and how long of a time frame do you need to make it?
Well, with 100K, well, are you saying to make 100K off something?
No,
I'm
saying how much do I need in that account of trading? You know what I mean? And what time frame you need?
Shit. 100K, to make 100K, you're gonna need about 100K.
Okay.
But that's just my honest opinion. Like, if you wanna, cause that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course you can use a 50K, a 25K, but that's gonna require some luck. Like, that's gonna require us to let me see what's a play that I could think of that could get us some money that I see. The only play that I see that hasn't taken off yet, I think, is Amazon. But Google and Amazon, I would say Google, but Google got to pull back. It's really, Nike. Nike right now looks good.
My best stock is as far as gains, is AMD and Nvidia.
Yeah, hell yeah. Chips. I can show you real quick.
And I should have bought a lot more of those, but I'm heavy on tech right now.
Nah, the next dip, bro, you got to get into I'll show you though real quick. I'll show you. So, and I'm down on a few of these, but let me show you real quick. I was about to say that. Don't start hating now. All right, so here it is right here. You see this?
Yeah.
So I'm already up pretty big in AMD, Tesla, Amazon. I'm gonna say Amazon is the one that's sleeping right now. Tesla is another one that I like. I don't really like SQ, but Disney could actually be something that you could go long on, because that's something that I'm long on that I'm waiting to catch up. SQ, I'm gonna cut that when it gets back break even. I'm not a fan of SQ, but I would say Tesla. And you said your biggest holdings are. Did you get in Meta?
Yeah, I'm in Meta. My biggest holdings. I didn't say biggest holdings. I just said what my biggest gains. Apple, Microsoft, and I got some gold in Then we go into like AMD. We got some security firm software.
I can be honest with you though, bro. We gonna need a big pullback, like, and then I'll do you a favor. I will text you when that big pullback come, and if I say, hey, bro, I'm about to load back up, because I always tell my chat when I'm about to load up again.
Yeah.
But like, so I'm gonna be honest with you. It is kind of too late. As you can see, I'm up pretty big, so that means it's too late. Whenever you see somebody made that much money, that means it's too late.
That's a fact.
But if we get another big drop, I'm waiting for the next pullback. The ones I definitely recommend getting into is Google. Let me look at the chart real quick on my phone. Google is one that I feel like everybody should get into if it pulls back. I was telling people that when that shit was $100, I was like, look, Google is just chilling under 100. Let me look at it right now. We can look at it. Oh yeah, hell yeah, that shit at 123.
Yeah, Google at 106. No,
Nah,
it's at
Google.
123.
Yeah, it's at 123. So I got it right here. So Google, if that bitch get back down, so I'll show you what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for Google to pull back to this trend line right here, right? So if Google pulls back to this trend line, I got to show it on this chart. Let me see. I can actually teach 19 keys right in front of y'all. Why not? This should have come up. I got all this shit right here. You need to get one of these too, bro. This is like a mobile little screen. Let me see if I can turn that bitch on. I'm gonna show you where I feel like you should buy some of these.
Is it touchscreen?
Yep. So it's like a mobile. It's like, but you see, I'm using this to control this. So my iPad, and all I do is hook it up with a USB-C cord. This is my favorite shit. This is what I use to travel, like whenever I trade. But I'm gonna let you on a little secret. I only trade on this because, like, I don't want to confuse myself because I travel a lot. So you travel a lot. So you would never want to trade on these. You would only want to trade on these, so that way your brain gets used to trading going mobile. So I actually I've been trading on this for the last year. But I'm gonna show you where I feel like a lot of these are buys real quick. So Google, I wanted to come back down to the 100s again, and I'm gonna load up pretty well. I already told my chat this too. I said when Google comes back down, we're gonna load the fuck up. You have to. So Google is what I got so many trend lines. But if you can see, I'm gonna make this trend line pink. I'm gonna just watch this. I'm gonna make this trend line pink real quick, so you can see what I'm looking at. So when this thing right here, I don't know if you can see this, but when Google drops back to this pink trend line, it will eventually. It might take some months. It might do its thing and come back. When Google gets back here, I'm loading up again because that'll be the third touch of this support line, right? So I'll give you some game. Third touches are always the best. So as you can see, I put these boxes here for a reason because I wanted Google to pull back here, right? So this area zone is where I want to buy Google again. So because you missed out, you never buy up here, never chase. So I can never give you any stocks right now because everything is at a high. So you would want to buy the next dip, which is Google. Let me look at Amazon. Google, you have to get in some more Google though. Everybody has to get in Google. Amazon has taken the fuck off, but they are $118. So the next big pullback, if we get it, the next pullback, everyone in a mall should load up. Amazon, Google, Meta might not pull back. What's another one? Disney. There's only a few left though. There's only a few left. Disney is still under $100. So Disney is probably the only one that's a profitable, well-established company that someone could get into. Now, I just got in this trade today, which is Nike, and we made money on it. So as you can see, this is a prime example, 19 keys. Remember I was telling you how I want Google. You see how Google was up here, and I wanted it to pull back to this trend line? So that's why. So you see how Nike is on this trend line here. So I wanted Nike to pull back, and this is where we bought today in the chat. And I can show you where I did that. I did that in the small accounts, and You see that? I see how I said I'm up 47% in Nike, and I'm up 21% in CVS. Damn, this shit is touchscreen. I keep forgetting. But yes, I got in Nike today as soon as the market opened. Where is it? Right here. So I got in Nike 120 calls and CVS 70 calls today. And I'll tell you why I got in these. In 19, he learning too, by the way. He was in, I'm mentoring him on the low. But I'm gonna show you why I got in CVS as well. And then I'll let you go home. So CVS, the reason why I got in CVS, because the same reason I want Google to pull back. It's off this trend line, but I gotta go all the way back. Sometimes you gotta zoom out on the charts. So CVS, you see how I said that third touch of support is crucial? 1, 2, and then 3. You see that? So I got in CVS because of this third touch of support right here. So I always look for 3. So the reason why 3 is the magic number is because think about it, 19. Would you want to trust something the second time? You know how they say fool me once, shame on you? Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you? But I won't get fooled a third time. You get what I'm saying? So how can you miss the third touch of anything and not buy it? 3 is the magic number in the stock market. Also, you need more than 2. So, and I always tell people this too. You need at least 2 reasons to get into a trade. So I'm a technical trader, so I need at least 2 reasons. So I got reason 1. All right, we had 1, 2, 3 touches of support, right? And then reason 2, bullish divergence, which I'll teach you. It's gonna be in that thing that I sent you in that group chat. But you'll learn this on, I think, day 3. But you see how the stock is making a lower low, but the indicators are making a higher low. You see that? See how the stock is pointing down, but the indicators are pointing up. So that shows me that CVS wants to go up. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like CVS is a good one too.
It's another
But
language, y'all. Once you learn it, though, like this is the beauty of it,
mhm,
man. Like learning trading, especially on the technical side, right? Um, it's completely void of emotion, number one. And all you doing is looking for patterns,
right,
right? And those patterns that you find let you know when to take an action and when not to take an action. And you train your eye to see it. Like we see patterns in a lot of different ways, but we don't see a lot of patterns that can actually help us make money. So what you're doing is you're training the habit from the patterns you may be. Some of y'all may be goddamn stalking your girlfriend looking for patterns, or stalking your boyfriend looking for patterns.
right,
Instead, you stalking the market looking for patterns. You know what I'm saying? So for me, learning that allows, when you talk about teaching the streets and teaching the hood, a lot of people, the same way people think that they'll make a good athlete, there's a lot of people who have the mind to make a good trader, right? Because your mental athletics as well. And all it is just sitting down at a basic level, right? Most people don't need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. On the basic level, you learn a skill set that can pay your rent, right? And pay your bills. And once you can free yourself up from that, now you can start thinking about things that's beyond survival.
right. So about the stock market is all about believing that history repeats itself. So the stock market is all about putting your money and trusting in things in history. So all I'm doing is knowing that nothing is new under the sun. For one, a lot of people come into the stock market trying to reinvent the wheel, and you can't do that. All I do is think about, so I'm using patterns and stuff that have been played over and over again for the last hundreds of years. That's all I'm doing. Somebody said you made that simple as can be. But yeah, man, y'all goddamn get right. Make sure y'all tap in. By the way, bro, I wanted to come to Chicago, but I got a wedding to come to this weekend.
Oh, good. We'll see you in Dallas or Houston, man, or New Orleans.
Right. You
I'm in
track gonna be
Detroit.
there for New
I'm in
Orleans?
Detroit. If you in the D, make sure y'all pull up tomorrow. It's going up the highest level tour. It's about to be amazing energy in the building tomorrow. I look forward to that. Make sure y'all comment drip. You know what I'm saying? And tap in. Listen, bro, I appreciate you having me on this. Tapped in to the people that's here. If you're in Detroit and you know somebody that's in Detroit, make sure y'all lock in. Definitely going up tomorrow. It's about to be a beautiful, momentous
High
occasion.
level conversation. link in 19 Keys bio. If you one of my followers, I fuck with him. I don't stand for a lot of people, but I fuck with him a long way. And the reason why I fuck with him because for multiple reasons. But you know what I'm saying? Mainly because he's a person who thinks for himself. That's all I gotta say. I like people who think for themselves.
Salute to you,
I like
brother.
people with their own minds. But yeah, make sure y'all tap in. Please buy his tickets. Detroit. I'm gonna be there. If you guys want to see me with 19 Keys, I'm gonna be there in Texas. When is the Texas date? It's in June.
Yeah, it's in June. I think like let me see. Texas date's gonna be crazy.
Boy, I love Houston.
It's on my page, so
Just go to his page. It'll be pinned at the top post.
13th to the 16th. So we got New Orleans on the 13th, we got Dallas on the 14th, and we got Houston on the 16th. And of course, we in Chicago on the 21st. That's gonna be amazing.
I wanted to go to that. I wanted to go to Chicago so bad, bro, because I just fuck with Chicago. Good ass food, bro. Yeah, but my wife's father is getting married again.
Okay, Chicago's coming out fast, so if y'all come to Chicago, you might want to get your tickets now.
Hell yeah. But yeah, make sure y'all do that, man. And like I said, I fuck with 19 Keys a long way. Y'all gonna see us do a lot more projects and things together. It's just time for all black.
The tour is sponsored by Honey Drip Network, so make sure y'all come out and support. You understand me? Aristotle is my first black sponsor that I've ever received, you know, so it means big. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't just one that's talking it, he living it. We doing, you know, group economics together. And the reason that I rock with him is because I actually, you know, rock with his business model. I rock with his skill set, his integrity. He does great business. I wouldn't just take on anybody. I've worked with some people that I shouldn't have worked with in the past as a learning experience. So now I'm very careful who I take into my inner circle. So it's very detrimental that I rock in with people with great integrity.
Integrity is something I learned in the military, goddamn. Really before that, but like integrity is all about who you are behind closed doors. I'm such a real nigga that after I get off this lie, I still gotta be a real nigga. You feel me? Like you feel me? Like that's integrity. You feel me?
Oh man, I'm about to get out of here, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, God bless you, brother. Yeah. I'm gonna just go ahead and post this live, y'all. But y'all see that, man. I'm fucking with it. The Kings fuck with me. Everybody's fucking with me. Integrity is key. Shout out to 19, shout out to Wallstreet Trapper. Honestly, my work is done. I post with this is a great live with great people, big brothers and shit. I fuck with it, man. I'm about to smoke me some gas, eat me some gumbo. At first, I was about to go live on YouTube. But now I got a different mission. Now I gotta post this live on YouTube. It was a great live. I wasn't expecting this. And you know, I don't wanna end this live with smoking. I might close this live off, get back in, do my thing. But man, that was a blessing. Shout out to the Kings. Shout out to yeah, I fuck with it, man. My boys come on here and you know, one thing I've been working on is being a good listener. So listening to Wallstreet's perspective, listening to 19 Keys' perspective, listening to these kings speak their mind and, you know, give game and shit. I really fuck with that. And shout out to everybody who was on this live, paying attention, everything. God bless all of you. I wish nothing but good health, good wealth on all of you. And if you're trying to learn how to get this money, you know where to find me. Comment Drip if you want to join the free version of my chat. And then there is a paid version. And what's your YouTube channel name? Link in my bio. Link in my bio. I will be going live on YouTube. I really wanted to go live on YouTube. Should have went, but this camera right here, decided to die on me because you know it is what it is. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how this live went. But nah, man, I don't bullshit. You feel me? Like, I really get this money. I'm really about my money. You feel me? And if you guys want to see it again, you guys are welcome to. You feel me? Like, this ain't no bullshit. That's in one day. You feel me? Like, it's to the point where the IRS, like, nigga, pay your taxes. You feel me? Because they know what's up. They ain't going to tell you to pay them taxes if you ain't profitable. You feel me? The IRS said, nigga, pay them taxes. You bullshitting. So fuck them for trying to take my money. That's why I'm not selling this year. So I don't have to pay the taxes. But anyways, they bullshitting. But yeah, we ain't bullshitting, man. You check that out, man. 21,000 on shop. You thought this was a game? No, it wasn't. It was not a game. Okay. 63K on the video. Oh, you thought it was a game? No, it wasn't. 45K on Meta. Oh, you thought it was a game? No, it wasn't. All right. All right. None of this was a game. It never was. So what are the odds of a loss? Today, I'll show you. Now, today, did I do pretty good? Let's see. I didn't make that much. So once this account gets back to 100,000, every time I make, so I put 40,000 in, and then every time I flip 40,000 to 100,000, I take out 60K and I go do some things with it. So I'm almost back at 100,000 again. So every time this account reaches 100,000, that means I made 60,000. So, I got 20, no, my fault. 17K more to go, and then I'm gonna take it out and go do something else with it. But I like to make it in increments. Like today I made 3,000. So I like to make at least over 2K a day trading. So this is Thinkorswim. This isn't what you call it. This is Thinkorswim. So yeah, like no, I prefer Thinkorswim for day trading. But if you really want to learn how to get this money, I don't bullshit. All right, I know how to do it. And you know how most people, I'm not scared to say join my program because I know I can show you how to get money. I do this shit every single day. It's engraved in my brain. I think investing. I love investing. In fact, I love investing. I will never stop investing ever. Like if you think this is some type of, no, this is what the fuck I do. You feel me? So this is what it is. Do you have something for the vets? No, I don't. I don't do discounts because I was once a vet. So why would I give anybody a military discount for something I was? If anything, you need to be paying this vet because I was a vet. So pay me full price so you can learn full price. You feel me? Link in my bio if y'all really want to learn. He right, joined today and got a lot of information. Yep. This live signaling be different. Oh yeah, I don't play. I live signal too. I live trade. All right, I live trade every single day. I live trade. Somebody laughing and shit. What is a rough amount that beginner investors should invest? I would say 2,500. But I would say try to, how much is my program? So my programs are cheap. So for all of you who wondering how much are my programs are actually cheap. So if you want to learn how to make this, if you want to learn how to make 3,000 or let's say right now, all you got to do is comment trial and it's $35, right? But think about it. $35 to learn how to make shit like this. Now, granted, did I put I put in 100K to make this. So as you can see right here, I'm up 116K. And yes, you'll take some losses. Like I took some dips that I had to withstand. As you can see, I took some dips. So you can see the time stamps and the dates. I was up 89K. Look. I was down. Well, I wasn't down, but I started it at 0, and it was only up 11,000 January 10th. See that? So it was only up 11,000 January 10th. I was only up 137K, and then so yeah, that's where this shit started, and then now it's here. So you just gotta stay patient. But yes, trial. If you comment trial, I'll send you a link. How much for a one-on-one, not in person though? You don't want to know the price because y'all not willing. It's like you gotta think a one-on-one, you're gonna have to pay me a lot of money. So that's why I rather just do the $700, this and that, and you just come in and I teach everybody as a whole. Cause my time is valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think. I just made this in I made this in 2 hours. So, in my opinion, that's what I'm worth. I'm worth that. So when I give people my price, they don't want to hear that. You get what I'm saying? Not only did I make this, but I made this. So you looking at somebody who just made 17K in one day. More than that, actually. I made more than that. So, my time is valuable. This is what I'm worth today. But nah, for real, one-on-ones, I just don't do them because people don't want to pay what I'm worth. You feel me? I give people my price, and then all of a sudden they don't want to pay it. So, you know, everybody with a 9 to 5, imagine making 100K, 100 to 1,000 a day. Yeah, that's what I do. 1,000 would be a bad day for me. 1,000 is a bad day. Now, granted, there will be losses, but my goal is to minimize the losses. So the losses I take be 2,000 at a time. If I take a loss, I probably lost about $2,000 to $500. Those are the type of losses I take. But I know how to make it back. You get what I'm saying? So I only want to lose. The goal is to lose what you can make back. You get what I'm saying? So in trading, that's what I do. But I'm about to hop on this YouTube live. Y'all want to see me do it? Watch this. And I can hook this shit up to YouTube live. Watch this, watch this, watch this. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in this shit. And then I'm going to come in. You trade every day of the week, though. If it has an opportunity, but no, like it might be days where I'm like, hey guys, I don't see shit. It's just too choppy. The knowledge you got, you definitely worth whatever you charge for a one-on-one. I don't even do one-on-ones because it's just my one-on-ones cost about 10K. And and I'll do it in person. I'll even do in-person one-on-ones. Restream go live on every platform. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Best day to trade is the end of the week. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna trade like a motherfucker. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. I like to know my options if I were to move forward with the process. I understand that this would be an investment. Click the link in my bio. If you guys actually want to learn, whoever is on here, comment trial. It'll be a link sent to you. Do the $35 trial. It comes with a beginner's course for all of you. Now, granted, for the ones who watching it, like, I'm not going to invest in you, nigga. I don't want to get you more richer. That's up to you. Either way it go, I'm gonna still make 10 to 20,000 a day trading. So I'm still going to get richer myself. So you're not hurting me by not investing. But if you actually want to learn how to make money, comment trial. It's only $35. It comes with a beginner's course, which will get you started. For all of you who know nothing, if I'm speaking Chinese to you, this beginner's course, not only is it's not just any course, it's actually something that I actually put a green screen behind. So this thing is different. I put a green, like I recorded it with a green screen. So it's very theatrical and it's very, it'll get anybody started. So it's going to teach you candlesticks. It's going to teach you support and resistance. It's going to teach you how to enter an option trade. It's going to teach you patterns. It's going to teach you how to see if a company is profitable. And it's going to teach you, it's 9 classes and it's for 35. Now, that class that I'm teaching, or that class that I got for $35, literal, you would pay somebody, not me. They'll literally charge you about 10 grand, 20 grand for that shit, and they always get people. And I'm sending this shit for 35. Now, my business model isn't to break people's bank. I want everybody to learn. So most people's business model is to get rich off. See, whatever you pay me, you're going to make 10 times more than you pay me. And you're going to learn 10 times more than you pay me. Now, I can't say that. I can't say the same for a lot of shit out here. You get what I'm saying? Because I just believe in selling things in bulk. Because I have a large influence, I'd rather give it to you for cheap, so that way a lot of people buy, if that makes sense. But yes, if you want to learn comment trial, it's only $35. Invest in yourself. You have to invest in someone. Why not me? Somebody who actually knows what they're doing, has proof of what they're doing. You feel me? So yes, you guys, it's only 35 to teach you how to get started. And it's only like it's like maybe an hour and a half of lessons. Cause I made the lessons. I told, it's 3 millionaires who teach. So I specifically told them, people have short attention spans. So we cannot teach for more than 15 minutes at a time. So all of my classes that I have, it's 9 of them, but they're all 15 minutes because I know you guys have short attention spans. So I'm not going to go on for an hour because I know how y'all think. Y'all TikTok watchers and y'all have short ass attention spans. So with the beginner's course that comes with the trial, I made it short and sweet for a reason, because I know this TikTok generation is not about to sit there for no goddamn 2 hours for each lesson. They need this. I said, look, bro, we got to break this shit down in 15 minutes apiece. And yeah, because I know how y'all think. Y'all hate goddamn sitting down for a long time. Do we have some fire setups for tomorrow? I already showed them. Hell yeah, we got them. We got all that shit. I got the motherfucking everything. I sell everything. You feel me? Like when it comes to the stock market, I got all flavors. Anything you want, whether you want to learn how to swing, whether you want to learn how to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, anything. You know how to weed man say, man, yeah, bro, I got perks, weed, lean, all that. That's me. Whether you trying to learn how to swing, day trade, all that. We got that. Yeah, for sure. But let me go ahead and get on I wanted to get on YouTube live for at least 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna go smoke. Let me end this live.